let me ask you this. The Def Jam situation, how did that come about?
What? Getting signed to Def Jam?
Yeah. And why signed to Def Jam? Why out of any other major label signed to Def Jam?
Well, we have a distribution deal with Def Jam. So Circa 13 is the label that we have signed to Def Jam. And it was the only kind of label that was willing to give us that. I wanted my independence as an artist. And we wanted to build up a platform with, equally as talented artists, but still have our independence and kind of, we have a lot of integrity in our business and wanted to be able to set our own rules and regulations and guidelines to how we do business, just to kind of make sure that 20 years down the line, 10 years down the line, we're still pure in our beliefs and it's not kind of corrupted or compromised.
So Circa 13, is that a label you're part of or is that your own personal company?
It's a label I'm part of.
So you signed to that label and then that label got a deal with Def Jam?
Yeah.
I see. And who are some other artists on the
a girl named
Circa
Troy Irons, who's a phenomenal singer and songwriter, whose project is dropping soon, and Earl St. Clair, whose video just dropped yesterday, and it's amazing. It's like the sickest video ever. Earl actually's on Perfect with me. So me and Earl kind of came up, Earl and Troy all kind of came up together at the same time.
Were you the first to sign to that label?
Yeah. It was kind of a collective thing.
I see. I got you. Now, when you first signed to the label, were you signed as a songwriter or were you signed for your singing talents or a mixture of both, or how does that work?
I was signed as an artist, songwriter, as an artist. And we had other offers on the table, but none of them really gave us the independence that we wanted. So yeah, I've always been signed as an artist.
Now, when I look at your, like your credit history and stuff like that, you have a lot of big songs that you have written for and artists that you have written for.
Yeah.
As opposed to like your own personal stuff as an artist.
Yeah.
Are you dubbed as or typecasted or stereotyped as a songwriter more than an artist?
I think they're both the same thing. I don't even like kind of talking about songwriter and artist because to me that wasn't even a factor until I started working professionally in the business. You can't be, an artist is a songwriter, you know what I mean? That like literally by definition, an artist is somebody who creates something and who makes something. As far as being categorized, I think at the beginning I was categorized, but it's still kind of the beginning. Like now I'm starting to step out of my own shell and a lot of people are catching on, especially with Ego and Sally out. And also just I was able to support the German dates of Rihanna's tour. And with Haim, me going to support Haim around like the middle of America, I think that now people are more, listening to my music for my music. But as far as those definitions are concerned, they're both the same thing, I don't think that there should,
You don't think it should be one versus the other? Or
No.
Well, because, sometimes you do see a lot of artists go the songwriting route before the spotlight is on them, like people like Neo and The Dream and so on and so forth. And sometimes you see, or Carrie Hilson too, you see their credits and their history before you see them as spotlit as an artist themselves.
Yeah, but with me, it happened so close together. Like, the chain of events, it wasn't like I was in the game writing for 10 years or 3 years or 4 years and then I decided to step out and make my own album. It all happened in the same year.
I see.
I was in LA for like 4 months and I got a placement on Rihanna and 4 months later I was, my EP was out, you know what I mean? So It's hard, it's hard to categorize me in those kinds of terms. It's not really fair because it all happened. I mean, I've been in the game for 3 years, not a long time.